Yo, Schlotzer from the future here. I'm sorry, this video is a lot longer than I expected it to be, so feel free to watch only the first part of the video where the guide is and skip the rest of the video where I do example clan boss attempts. If you're interested in the clan boss attempts, watch the whole thing if you want, but the important part is the first part where I do the guide, the introduction, and the explanation for everything. So I also decided not to edit in any music, so if you want to listen to some background music, just put up a second window where you play some nice music for yourself. And that's about it. So enjoy the video, stay at least for the explanation, or watch the whole thing if you want. See you later. Yo, it's your boy Schlotzer here, and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're gonna have a little bit of a early clan boss guide, because now that I have my secondary account where I'm gonna feature uncommons and commons, I see a lot of people in the secondary clan we see a lot of people struggling in the early clan boss because they don't know what to do exactly and what to bring to clan boss to be successful, to deal decent damage. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. So the first important thing you got to realize is, where is your damage coming from when you're doing clan boss? So the heroes you start with, or that you get, they will, at the early game level 30, 40, 50 even, they will not deal a lot of damage with their attacks on their own. So what you want to do is bring poisons and HP burns, because poisons and HP burns will deal percentage damage of the boss's HP pool, and since the clan boss has a huge HP pool, they will deal a lot of damage. It's capped, so it won't be as much as it could be, but it's definitely still gonna be more than anything you can bring to the table in terms of champion attacks, because yeah, HP damage is just so much better. You will see the poison damage, HP burn damage is so much higher than anything your champions can dish out. A few good examples for this are definitely Kale. He's the starter rare. He's one of the starter rares, one of the 4 you can pick, but he's hands down the best of the 4 starters. So if you haven't started the game yet, or if you pulled him maybe, or any other reason, hands down Kale is the best starter hero, because his A1 has a booked 100% chance to place poisons. His A3 has 4 times a chance to place 5% poison, so he will deal a lot of poison damage. Another good example would be Sacred Order Outlaw Monk. He's an uncommon, so he's very easy to build, very easy to rank up those abilities, and as you can see, his A1 gives him a 25% chance to granting an extra turn. This alone is really good. Like, it's 25% chance, 1 in 4th, he will get an extra turn. But this is his bread and butter. Booked, it will have a 3-turn cooldown of placing 2 5% poisons on a debuff on the target. And that's why Outlaw Monk is one of the few uncommons a lot of players build early, simply because he will deal a lot of poison damage. Another cheap example would be in the Undead Hordes, Deathhound. He's not as good as Outlaw Monk, but he still can be used, because as you can see, attacks one enemy, place a 5% poison for debuff for 2 turns, and booked it has a 2-turn cooldown, so he can keep up 1 5% poison permanently. He's good, but not as good as Outlaw Monk. So if you have the choice between Outlaw Monk and the Deathhound, go for the Outlaw Monk. If you don't have an Outlaw Monk, Deathhound is also a very good character. He will serve you well very early with his poison damage. Okay, other examples would be Bannerlords. Fireblade has an A2, attacks 3 times, each has a chance to place poison, 3-turn cooldown, 50% chance, pretty good. What else do we have? Hyria, exactly. High Elves. Hyria, overall good kit, but here Poisonous Lily, just like the Fireblade, A2, it attacks 3 times and has a 50% chance of placing a poison each attack, but this time it's a 5% poison, so that's the better poison. She also has Lead the Charge, attacks one enemy with 2 random allies. Allies joining the attack use the default skill, so if you use this with Kale and some other character who has a strong A1 that poisons or something, overall Hyria is a very good rare for clan boss early. So if you have the luck to pull Hyria, definitely use Hyria in clan boss. So what else do we have? We also have, in Undead Hordes, we have Wretch. So if you have the luck of pulling Wretch early game, he has a HP burn on a 3-turn cooldown, which lasts 2 turns. And HP burn is already dealing more damage than poisons, so this character is definitely worth it. He also heals himself based on the damage inflicted, so you can go rather offensive on him and just... he will keep himself alive while dealing huge amount of HP burn damage. Another good example is in Dwarfs, Bulwark. Not only because he has an HP burn by himself, that even has a 100% chance, if you book it up, 100% chance to apply the HP burn for 2 turns on a 3-turn 2 cooldown, so similar to Wretch. He also has this incredible passive when punishing defenses. When attacked, has a 30% chance of extending the duration of all debuffs on attacker by 1 turn. So when he gets hit, he has a 30% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs, so it means all your poisons, all your HP burns extended by 1 turn gonna deal even more damage because you will have more uptime on your poison HP burn, very clearly. Yeah, that's about it for HP burn on poisons. Those are just a few examples. I'm sure there are some others that are pretty good, but those were just a few examples that sprang to my mind real quick. So another thing that you want to bring to early clan bosses, a character that has the ability to reduce the enemy's attack. So reducing the boss attack is gonna help you tremendously by taking less damage and surviving more turns, giving your team more time to deal damage with their attacks and their poisons and their HP burns and so on. So again, one of the good characters that I already showed, because she has an A2 that applies poisons, she also has an A1 that places a 25% decreased attack debuff if this attack is a critical. So if you have a bunch of crit gear lying around and you have this character, just slap the crit gear on her and she will just keep this attack decrease up on the boss the whole time, no downtime, and it will just help you so much because the boss has less attack, he will deal less damage, gives you more turns, more time, more damage, obviously. Another good example would be, I think it's in Barbarians, yes, Spirit Walker, similar to the Fireblade just now. She attacks 2 times on her A1 and has a 45% chance per attack to place a decreased attack debuff. So it's not quite as reliable as Fireblade, but if you don't have the crit gear to make Fireblade have near 100% crit, this is a good one too. Like 45% chance 2 times, it's probably a 100% uptime. You would have to be extremely unlucky to not get the attack debuff all the time. Her A2 is also not bad. Like on a 2-turn cooldown, she will remove debuffs on herself and place a 25% increased attack on all allies. So if you don't have another attack increaser, or if you have one but not with 100% uptime, this is also very good. So overall, decreasing enemy attack, increasing attack on your own team, Spirit Walker is definitely a good uncommon. Okay, next up would be Runic Water, a dwarf that I even own myself. He has his A2 has a 3-turn cooldown, so if you give him enough speed, and he has a good base speed, as you see, 103 good base speed, so if he is fast enough, even with a 3-turn cooldown, he can keep this up the whole time. So it's a 50% decrease attack that has a 50% chance on 2 attacks. So it's similar to Spirit Walker. It's a really good uptime. 2 hits, each hit has a 50% chance to apply this debuff. And this time it's a 50% attack decrease. So because it's a rare, so if you happen to pull Runic Water, he's pretty good in Clan Boss. Overall, he scales with HP, so you can build him tanky while still dealing damage. He has the attack reduce. He even has reflect damage and continuous heal for all allies on a 3-turn 2 cooldown. So overall, Runic Water, a really good character. Next up we have Veteran, one of my favorites, simply because he just looks damn cool. He's a Void Orc, so he's a little harder to get, but if you happen to open a Void Shard and you get this rare from the Void Shard, he's pretty good too. So he has, on his A1, has a decreased attack, again, fully booked, 50% chance of placing 50% decreased attack for 2 turns, and attacks 2 times. That's it. Yeah, he has a good chance to apply it, and on his A1, so no cooldown, you can use this every turn and keep applying decreased attack. He scales with defense. This attack is not so useful in Clan Boss, and this is not useful in Clan Boss either, but they're pretty okay in dungeons and arena. So overall, a good character with a really useful A1 in Clan Boss. And the last one I want to mention is Bog Walker in the Lizardman, I think. Yes, Bog Walker. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack. So just as the other rares I showed, 50% decrease attack, has a 50% chance up to apply it. Scales with defense, which is pretty good, so you can build him tanky and he will still deal decent damage. Yeah, he has this attack down. He also has this attack on a 3-turn cooldown and placing a 30% increased debuff, 30% increased death buff on all allies for 2 turns on 3-turn 2 cooldown. That's pretty good. So these two abilities together, decrease attack, increasing defense on everyone, he's gonna make your team really tanky. His passive, unfortunately, is not useful because it requires him to be crit, but his A1, A2, very good for Clan Boss. And that's about it for attack reduce. I'm sure there are a few more, but those are the ones I wanted to mention because they're accessible and you can get them very early. Okay, the next thing I want to touch on quickly is healing. So, of course, the Clan Boss is dealing a lot of damage to your team, so having a healer is very important. And you will start with one good healer, with War Priest. You will get her in the first campaign mission. You will get her and she will have a 20% of their max HP, all allies by 10% of the max HP. She's not the best, but she's good. She's a good starter, has also a attack increase buff, but it's not so important. Her heal is mainly why you're gonna bring her to Clan Boss. Other good healers that we can look at, especially for a uncommon healer, we have Windtalker. His A1 is completely irrelevant, but his A2 is what's making him good. So he places a 60% increased defense buff on the target ally for 2 turns and heals the target by 20% of their max HP. So with full upgrades, that's 24%, and it also has 2 cooldown decreases, so this will be a 2-turn cooldown. So he is able to heal every 2 turns and keep this buff up infinitely. So yeah, that's pretty good. Having a heal on a 2-turn cooldown, and it's a pretty good percentage. Also increasing defense by 60%. It's pretty good for an uncommon. So what else do we have? Yeah, another really good one. I think he's second. No. He's High Elves. High Elves, Apothecary. Many have heard of him, probably. He's pretty known because he has a 35% heal. Pretty good. Can be increased to a 2-turn cooldown, so he's basically a better version of Windtalker because he can just spam those heals all the time. Also a single target heal, but he also has a huge buff, like 30% increased speed on all allies and fills everyone's turn meter on a 3-turn cooldown. Apothecary is among one of the best rares in the game, simply because of his strong heal and his speed and turn meter boost, so he's gonna make your team quick and gonna keep it alive. Another option is Sacred Order, one that I own, for example. Mother Superior is pretty good as an early healer. She also has a 35% chance of placing a decreased attack, so I wouldn't use her as your main attack reducer, but if you use one of the not so reliable attack reducers, she can be your backup attack reducer. As you see, 35% chance, not too high, but she can hit it if your main attack reducer didn't hit it. So she's a good backup for that, but she's mainly here for the XP, for the healing. This is on a 3-turn cooldown, and it heals an ally by 30% of this champion's max HP. So this is different than the other heals I showed up until now, because those heals were based on the ally's HP, the target that you're gonna heal. But this heal is based on the HP of Mother Superior herself. So you can build her with a lot of speed and a lot of HP, and herself getting tankier with that HP is gonna make her heal stronger too. And she also places shield debuff if the heal goes above the maximum health, so that's also pretty useful. Same with her A3, a 4-turn cooldown, unfortunately 4 turns. If this was like 2 cooldown reduction, 3 turns, she would be so much better, but she's still good for that. She places a 7.5% continuous heal on allies, and she places a shield equal to 10% of their HP on all allies if their HP is full. So if you use this while your team's HP is full, they will also get a shield in addition to the continuous heal. And also something very important, she has a speed aura that is in all battles, so you can use this in clan boss. Really good, really good. The speed aura is damn good. Okay, who else do we have? Reliquary Tender. She is relatively new. No, she's not in Dark Elves, she's in High Elves too. Reliquary Tender, yes. She also has a decreased attack, so she can also be your backup attack reducer while also healing your team. So removes all debuffs from all allies, and then places a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Really good. And she also has an ability to revive an ally, which is also really good. So if one of your squishier heroes dies early, you can just bring them back to life with Reliquary Tender. And of course she has, yeah, overall a really good kit. Attack reduce, a really good heal, removes all debuffs, and she can revive. Great. And the last one I want to talk about is Hex Weaver. Hex Weaver, also a healer I own. Her A1 decreased accuracy is not important, but she has a 3-turn, heals all allies by 15% of the max HP. So she also has a good base speed, as you see, 101 speed, a good defense, acceptable HP. So you just make her really fast and tanky, and she will just keep healing your team. Like she will just use this heal over and over. And she also has this, places a 30% increased critical rate and a 50% increased speed buff on all allies. Also really good, 3-turn cooldown. So if you make her fast enough, she can keep this up forever on the team. And this 30% increased crit rate will help you early if you use like some of the characters that need to crit, like Armiger or Fireblade that I mentioned earlier. So yeah, she's overall really good. Good heal, good buffs. Her aura is just faction crypt, so that's irrelevant. But good heals and good buffs. And I think I have another one written down here, Arcanist. I'm not sure where he is. So after quickly looking, I found Arcanist. He's a Night Revenant, or she. It's actually she. So she has a 3-turn cooldown when booked up, 50% and continuous heal on all allies. So pretty good, pretty standard. 50% continuous heal is pretty good. 2 turns, 3-turn cooldown, can keep it up. And she also has a buff. For this is a very unique one. She has a 4-turn cooldown on it, but the buffs last 3 turns. So she has a small increase attack and a small increase crit rate. So if you don't have other options, she is definitely good for the healing and the buffs. Okay, so another thing I want to quickly touch on is accuracy, the importance of accuracy in clan boss. As we've talked about before, poisons, HP burns, attack reductions, defense reductions, whatever debuffs you're going to use on the enemy, all those debuffs that you apply will have to go through a resistance check of the boss. So the boss has a certain amount of resistance, and that means you will have to bring more accuracy than the boss has resistance, so that you will not get your debuffs resisted, because having a debuff resisted is very game ruining on a clan boss. Like if the boss is resisting your attack reduction, he will hit. He could wipe out your team if you don't hit your attack reductions in one of the later rounds. Or if your poisons gets resisted, you will lose a lot of damage. Like the poison ticks on normal for 30k. So you will lose 60k damage just because your poison was resisted. So you want to have enough accuracy to overcome the resistance of the boss and to hit your debuffs, your poisons, your HP burns, whatever, and to keep your team alive through the attack reduction and deal damage through your poisons, HP burns. So accuracy is important to overcome the boss's resistance. So keep in mind, accuracy is very important. I always try to get my characters early on to like 100 accuracy, because the easy normal clan bosses. If you have 100 accuracy, you're decked out. Like, you're most likely not going to get resisted. There's still a small chance, but most of your things will not get resisted. So now that we have established that most of your early game damage in clan boss will come from debuffs, and most of your utility will come from reducing the boss's attack with an attack debuff, you're gonna wonder, how am I gonna build my clan boss characters? So the first thing you wanna remember is, if you have a poison character, you want to make him tanky and you want him to have enough accuracy. So as you can see, let me look at the stats. My Death Hound, my Poisoner Death Hound, has an accuracy of 90 and 160 speed. It's not too much, but I try to put some speed on him. But most importantly, I put like tanky stuff on him: HP, accuracy gauntlets, accuracy, HP, chestplate, and of course speed, HP, accuracy, boots. So those are the stats that you want on your poisoners: HP, defense, accuracy, and speed. So they can last as long as possible, and they can apply the poisons as often and as reliable as possible. And your healers, yeah, there's not much to say about them. Like, your healers, you simply want them to be as fast as possible and be rather tanky, so they can use their heals or their buffs as often as possible. And very simply, make your healers tanky and fast so they can use their heals as often as possible. So some of the good set bonuses that you can get early, especially from Dragon or from Ice Golems, and that are very useful in clan boss. For example, Toxic Set is pretty useful, because as you can see, it has a 50% chance to place a 2.5% poison debuff. So if you want to stock up on your poison and your poison damage, you can equip a few characters that you're gonna use for clan boss with a poison set. Other examples are like my Death Hound. He has a Stalwart set. As you can see, the Stalwart set causes him to take 30% less damage from enemy AoE attacks. And since most of the damage that is going to come from the clan boss is gonna be his big AoE hits, Stalwart set, especially on your squishier heroes, is gonna be really useful to just make them survive longer, so that you can squeeze out more turns, have the fight go longer, so you can deal more damage with your poisons and HP burns. Another example, for example, my Kale, he's using Lifesteal set because he not only deals a lot of poison damage, but he also deals a lot of direct damage because he's overall a very strong character. So having a lifesteal set can help you sustain your characters through the fight, especially if they're pretty quick and hitting decently hard, because he's gonna heal by 30% of the damage he's gonna deal, not including poisons. The poisons are not gonna heal him, but his direct damage is gonna heal him. What else? Yeah, of course, speed sets, very obviously, speed is good. Accuracy sets is also very good, because if you're struggling to get enough accuracy set is gonna give you 40 accuracy for just having two pieces, so also a very good set. And another good set that I really love on my Outlaw Monk is the Reflex set. The Reflex set says 30% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown. What means on characters who have multiple attacks, like 3 attacks, the random part can be a problematic sometimes, like it's gonna reset a random ability. But on Outlaw Monk, for example, the 30% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown, since his A1 has no cooldown, it will always reset his A2, which means that every time he resets his A2, or reduces the cooldown by 1 turn. It doesn't reset it, it reduces the cooldown by 1 turn. So this is super useful on Outlaw Monk, but also on Death Hound, but overall we all know Outlaw Monk is better than Death Hound, and it's gonna reduce the cooldown of his poison ability, and you're gonna have so much more poisons when you're using a reflex set. So if you have a good reflex set, that's pretty good. Another set that can be really useful on characters that apply debuffs or poisons is, let's scroll down here, is the Relentless set. Has an 80% chance to grant an extra turn. So if you have a character who has really strong attacks or applies poisons a lot, you can also use a Relentless set on him, getting the extra turns, having extra chances to attack. But overall, I think Reflex set is easier to get and also more useful on characters like Outlaw Monk. So, now let's look at a quick example clan boss attempt. So we're on clan boss easy, and we have the wrong Hex Weaver here. Okay, well, now we have the right Hex Weaver here, so I'm using Mother Superior for the heals and for the speed aura. I'm using Hex Weaver for the buffs and the heals, so this, I think, is a setup that you want to bring. So if you're lucky, or if you're unlucky, just instead of the Mother Superior, just bring a War Priest. I don't think I have War Priest anymore. Nope, I used War Priest somewhere, but yeah, just instead of Hex Weaver, bring a War Priest. Instead of Mother Superior, bring any other healer we mentioned before. So this is what I like to run: 2 healers and 1 with buffs. Then attack reduction, and 2 poisoners. That's what I like to run, because that gives me a long battle where I can use a lot of poison damage. And let's even go so far to kick off Kale, because we all know Kale is going to deal a lot of damage. I want to highlight Death Hound real quick. Where's Deathhound? Deathhound is here. So let's try this. So we have 2 healers, 2 poisoners, and attack reduction. Let's try this out. So we're going to the fight. Hex Weaver is going to use her buffs. She's going to shield everyone and give them a hot. And Fireblade is going to apply the decrease attack. And Deathhound is going to apply his poison. And Outlaw Monk is also going to apply his poison. Now look at the damage. 20k, 20k, 20k. So, one turn, I already dealt 60k damage just from poisons, and that's the power of the poisons, because it deals percentage damage. 20k, no hero is gonna hit 20k this early in the game, but poisons are gonna hit this hard early in the game. So our life is pretty low on Fireblade. Let's use the heal, whatever. Just gonna attack with her. Attack reduction is still up, so we're gonna use her A2 to apply more poisons. Got another 2 poisons here. Deathhound is just gonna attack. And as you see, he just got the decreased cooldown from the reflex set, so it's only 1 turn cooldown instead of 2 turns now. Now his A1 has a chance to place to grant extra turn. Let's hope for the best. No extra turn this time. We keep attacking. Gonna refresh the decrease attack. That's good. And as you see, we're not taking a lot of damage right now. So we're gonna buff everyone up, give them crit and speed, and we're gonna apply more poisons. We're gonna heal Fireblade with Mother Superior because she's the lowest HP. And then we're gonna use Foul Play to apply even more poisons. And then we're gonna just heal everyone again. She's gonna... oh, no crit. Doesn't matter, still 1 turn, it's fine. Just gonna keep on attacking, and he got another decreased cooldown. So next turn he will again be able to. And as you see, that was like 90k damage or something, like a lot of poison damage. So this time around we're gonna prioritize her attack reduction instead of the poisons. Use Deathhound again to apply poisons, buff everyone. Outlaw Monk again, his poison debuff skill is ready again due to the reflex set, so we are applying a lot of poisons again. As you can see, tons of poisons up here. Apply the heal on everyone. Attack reduction is 2 turns still, so we're gonna go with even more poisons. Nice, 1 poison. We're gonna heal everyone again. And as you see, that's like 120k the boss took this turn. So we're already at like 500k, 600k. And if this continues like this, we're gonna deal so much damage. Good, refresh the decrease attack, apply another poison with Deathhound. We're gonna heal Firebrand again, buff everyone with crit and speed, and he took another 90k damage. Just gonna refresh all the debuffs, keep attacking, keeping everyone healed. 2 turns on the decreased debuff, decrease attack, so we're just gonna aim for more poisons again, 2 more poisons. Outlaw's turn, he's gonna place 2 more poisons. As you see, this is going smoothly as possible, and we're using a common, 2 uncommons, and only 2 rare, so this is really easy to get. Like, get any healers, 2 healers, and get a Deathhound, Outlaw Monk, and a Firebrand, and you're decked out. Like, you're gonna surprise your beginner clan using attacking the first easy clan boss. You're gonna surprise them with all your poison damage. Gonna heal up everyone again. And as you see, these heals and decrease attack, they're just allowing me for a really long battle. Keep up decrease attacking. Poison. No extra turn, unfortunately, still. No one in a danger zone, so we're not gonna use the big single target heal. Just gonna attack. Attack again. Firebrand, the decrease attack is 2 turns still, so we can focus on poisons. Got another 2 poison. Just attack. Buff everyone with speed and crit. Attack. Okay. Apply more poisons. Refresh, decrease attack. Now we're gonna heal Firebrand. We're gonna heal everyone with her. And as you see, this is going so smoothly, and we're applying so many poisons and so much damage. And this is how clan boss later will be, if you're more experienced and you can bring the right characters. Just gonna sustain and deal a lot of damage. And poisons, poisons, poisons. It's all about the poisons. Heal everyone, apply more poisons, and like, we're always having so much poison and we're gonna deal so much damage. Oh, no attack down up now. So if we cannot get an attack down up before the boss takes his next turn, we're gonna take a lot of damage, so let's hope. Oh, he got an extra turn and a decreased cooldown. That means he can poison again. His first poisons are still there, and he could poison again. So let's hope attack decrease. Nope, unfortunately not. Okay, Firebrand, don't disappoint me now. Nice, a decreased attack. Nice, nice. Now we're gonna heal Firebrand, and she's gonna buff everyone. We're gonna attack. And we're already at massive amounts of damage with all these poisons. Decrease attack is still 1 turn, so we prioritize the poisons. Heal everyone. Okay, she refreshed the... Since Mother Superior also has the decreased attack, she's our backup, and she refreshed it now, but I guess she will refresh it too, so... Now we're slowly getting to a point where the boss is dealing more damage than we can sustain. So this fight will be over eventually. But as you see, the decreased attack has kept us alive for so long. Yeah, now we're starting to die, because the boss is getting stronger and stronger the longer the fight is. But we got so much damage with all our poisons. You will see in the end screen. Let's attack one last time. Let's attack another time. And that's it. And 1.52 million. So as you can see, the characters with the poisons were the ones that dealt most of the damage. So 1.52 with just uncommon, common, and 2 rares. That is a lot of damage. And if I brought Kale, it would have been 2 million easily. So remember this. This is the bread and butter of Clan Boss. Heals, decreasing the boss attack, poisons and HP burns. Those are the 3 things that you want to bring to the Clan Boss, and to support those things, make your characters tanky, give them accuracy, and give them speed, so they apply the debuffs and can deal most of the damage. As you can see, Outlaw Monk, with all his cooldown resets and all the poisons he applied, he dealt most of the damage, 667k by himself. And the good part is, poisons do get stronger the stronger the boss is. So the 5% poison deals 20k damage on easy, but the 5% poison also deals 30k damage on normal. So let's do a quick normal run too, if we're already at it, but I'm gonna bring some of my characters that I already acquired that are a little better, like Veteran, who has a 50% decrease attack. But you can still do this with Fireblade. So yeah, if you still have Fireblade and don't have a 50% decrease attack, you can still do it. Like, you will not get as much damage, but it's still a lot of damage. So let's start this normal clan boss. I know this is a super long video, but I wanted to make this guide so people can watch how it looks like to be in the early clan boss. And as you see, I'm not bringing anything ridiculous. They're all level 40, all 4 stars. that's something you can achieve in like 1 week. So here, Kale gonna apply poisons. Veteran failed to apply the attack reduction, unfortunately. And we're just gonna keep attacking, keep applying poisons, and now we have to decrease attack. That's perfect. Oh, Outlaw Monk, extra turn, decrease cooldown, and see, that's a great part. Like, he got an extra turn from his A1, and then Reflex set kicked in and allowed him to reset his poisons right again. While he still has poisons up, and now you see tons of poisons. As you can see, the big poison, the 5% deals 30k, and the 2.5% deals 15k on this boss. So the higher you go, it goes up to 50k per poison. So the higher you go, poisons just scale so well because the poisons will deal more damage on even the stronger bosses. Okay. Keep healing, keep damaging, keep applying decrease attack, more poisons. That's fine, it's still 1 turn. Apply poison, apply poison, give everyone a heal, heal everyone. Oh damn, he missed his attack decrease, so that's not very good. Oh, okay, but as you can see, Mother Superior as the backup attack decreaser kicked in and at least applied the 25% one. But, oh yeah, I mean, he took another turn because he's so fast, so he applied it before the boss could make his turn anyway. Decrease cooldown, I can poison again. More poisons. Do we need a single target heal? Yeah, let's have her heal herself. Everyone's full HP, so no use to use her heal. Decrease attack, perfect. More poisons. Yeah, let's just use the heal. Extra turn. Another extra turn, and poisons again. And this is why Outlaw Monk is so fucking amazing. He's just gonna like get those extra turns, get those cooldown resets, and just gonna poison, over poison, over poison. Give everyone a heal. Keep attacking. Heal the Outlaw Monk. Everyone's almost at full health, so we'll leave it at that. We missed the decrease attack, that could be bad. But Mother Superior saving. Although he's probably gonna take another turn now. Apply poisons. He missed it again, so Mother Superior saving the day. If we didn't have this attack decrease, those two would have died at least. So this gives us more turns. Heal everyone up. Come on. He missed it again, so we're probably gonna lose someone now. Yep, Mother Superior is down, no problem. We can still go on, but now we don't have an attack reduce from him, that's really bad. So this fight is gonna end in a few seconds. Yeah, that's it. But almost 2 million damage, and as you can see, Kale with 1 million by himself, and Outlaw Monk with 750k. So if Veteran didn't miss his attack reduce in this case, we would have gone over 2 million easily. We would have bought ourselves like maybe 2 more turns and we would have went over 2 million. So that's it. That's our clan boss attempts. As said, this is a account that's like 1.5 weeks old. It's pretty easy to have a setup like this. And yeah, you're gonna demolish easy and normal. It's so hard. Your clan is gonna love you. And with only 2 keys, you can easily go over the knight's chest. So you're gonna get rewards. You're gonna help your clan with all this poison damage. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this was, I mean, it was a long video. I hope you made it through, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helps you with your clan boss attempts. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.